She said, "If you demand a paternity test, it means you're toxic and I'm leaving." I replied, "I understand." Then I secretly swabbed the baby's pacifier and sent it to a lab. When I handed her the results, which proved the baby was her ex's, in the middle of her baby shower. Want to know the exact moment I knew my girlfriend was lying to me? It wasn't when she came home late smelling like cologne that wasn't mine. Wasn't when she started password protecting her phone after 3 years of leaving it unlocked. Wasn't even when she got pregnant, a month after I'd been out of town on a work trip for 10 days. It was when she said, "If you demand a paternity test, it means you're toxic and I'm leaving." That's when I knew. Because innocent people don't weaponize accusations of toxicity to avoid proving their innocence. Innocent people say, "Sure, let's do a test," because they have nothing to hide. Guilty people make demands, set ultimatums, threaten to leave. My girlfriend Jessica did all three. Let me back up. Jessica and I had been together 3 years, met through mutual friends at a bar. She was funny, smart, attractive, worked as a social media manager for some startup. I'm in finance, commercial lending. We moved in together after a year. Normal relationship stuff. No major red flags. Until there were. It started 6 months ago. She got a new client. Some influencer guy named Trent. Yes, Trent. That should have been my first clue. Trent was one of those entrepreneur mindset guys. Posted shirtless photos with captions about crushing your goals and manifesting abundance. Had 200K followers who thought his generic advice about waking up at 5 a.m. was revolutionary. He hired Jessica's company to manage his brand partnerships. She started working late. Really late. Trent needs his content calendar done tonight. Trent wants to discuss strategy over dinner. Trent needs me to attend this event with him for networking. I'm not a jealous guy, I'm a practical guy. And practically speaking, no client needs their social media manager at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday. But I trusted her. Stupid. I had to go to Chicago for a week and a half in March for work. Commercial real estate deal. Big client, couldn't get out of it. While I was gone, Jessica went radio silent. Barely answered texts, claimed she was swamped with work. Posted on Instagram exactly twice, both times at Trent's events. I came back March 15th. She was different, distant. Started fights about nothing. Said I was emotionally unavailable and not prioritizing the relationship. Classic projection. Then April 14th, she sat me down. Said she had something to tell me. She was pregnant. I did the math immediately. I'd been gone March 5 to 15. If she got pregnant while I was gone, that meant... But I stayed calm. When did this happen? I don't know exactly. Late February, early March? I was gone most of early March. I know. But we had sex February 28th, remember? I did remember. It was forgettable sex. She'd been on her phone half the time. Okay, I said. So you're about 5 weeks along? The doctor said 5 to 6 weeks. It's hard to pinpoint exactly. 5 to 6 weeks from April 14th. That put conception around early to mid-March. I'd been in Chicago March 5 to 15. The math didn't work unless she got pregnant February 28th or earlier. And we hadn't had sex in the weeks before that. She'd been too stressed with work. But I didn't say any of that. I said, "Okay, we'll figure this out." She cried. Said she was scared. Said she didn't know if she was ready. I held her, like an idiot. Over the next few weeks, she decided to keep it. Said she couldn't go through with an abortion, which was fine. Her body, her choice. But I had a choice too. The pregnancy progressed. Morning sickness, cravings, mood swings, all the standard stuff. But things felt off. She was secretive about doctor appointments. You don't need to come to every one. When I insisted on going to the 12-week ultrasound, she seemed annoyed. At the appointment, the tech asked about the due date. Jessica said December 15th. I did the math. That put conception around mid-March. I'd been in Chicago March 5-15. We'd had sex February 28th. If conception was mid-March, that was 2 weeks after I left. 2 weeks while I was gone. I asked the tech, how accurate are due dates? Plus or minus 2 weeks usually. It's an estimate based on fetal size. So the baby could have been conceived any time from late January to mid-March. That 2-week window. That's what she was banking on. I brought it up casually. Should we do one of those early paternity tests? Just to have everything documented. Her face changed. Why would we need that? Just standard practice. Good to have medical records complete. Are you saying you don't think it's yours? I'm not saying anything. I'm saying it's smart to have documentation. That's fucked up. You don't trust me. It's not about trust. It's about being thorough. No, it's about trust. If you trusted me, you wouldn't need a test. If you have nothing to hide, the test shouldn't be a problem. That's when she said it. If you demand a paternity test, it means you're toxic, and I'm leaving. Just like that. Ultimatum. No discussion. Agree to accept her word or lose her. I looked at her, really looked at her, saw the defensiveness, the guilt, the fear, and I said, I understand. She relaxed, smiled, hugged me. Thank you. I knew you'd see reason. We're going to be great parents. I nodded, hugged back, started planning. That night I did research. At-home paternity tests. Completely legal. No permission needed from the mother. Just need baby's DNA and father's DNA. Results in 3 to 5 business days. Admissible in court in most states. But I had to wait. Baby wasn't born yet. Couldn't test until birth. So I waited. Played the supportive boyfriend, went to doctor appointments, held her hand during ultrasounds, painted the nursery, built the crib, all of it. The nursery was painted a soft blue. Jessica picked out bedding with little elephants. I assembled the crib, the changing table, the rocking chair, made it look perfect. Meanwhile, I documented everything. Saved copies of texts where she mentioned Trent, screenshotted her Instagram likes on his posts, built a timeline of her behavior. Just in case. Because if I was wrong, if the baby was mine, I needed to know I'd done everything right, been the good boyfriend, the good father-to-be. And if I was right, if the baby wasn't mine, I needed evidence for why I'd been suspicious, why I'd felt justified in testing, and watched. She stopped mentioning Trent as much, said the contract ended. But I checked his Instagram. She was still liking his posts, within minutes of him posting. At 2 a.m., at 6 a.m., at noon, all hours. You don't casually follow your ex-client's social media that closely. I watched her scroll through her phone, thumb moving faster when she got to his posts. Watched her smile at things he posted. Watched her type comments then delete them before posting. Like she knew she shouldn't, but couldn't help herself. 7 months of watching. 7 months of pretending everything was fine. 7 months of building a nursery for a baby that might not be mine. The baby was born December 15th. Boy. 7 pounds, 2 ounces. Dark hair, brown eyes. I have blue eyes. Jessica has green eyes. Brown eyes are dominant, sure, but the hair caught my attention. My entire family is blonde. Jessica's family is auburn and light brown. This kid had hair so dark it was almost black. Like Trent's. But I didn't say anything. I held him, smiled for photos, cut the umbilical cord. Did all the dad things, and waited for my moment. Hospital gave us a pacifier for the baby. One of those green rubber ones. Baby used it constantly. Day 2, morning. Jessica was showering. Baby was sleeping in the bassinet. Nurse said we'd be discharged that afternoon. I took the pacifier, swabbed the inside with a sterile Q-tip from the paternity test kit I'd bought online weeks earlier. Ordered it to my office, arrived discreetly, stored in my desk drawer. Stored the swab in the provided container. Also swabbed my own cheek. Then I washed the pacifier, gave it back to the baby. Before discharge, the nurse brought birth certificate paperwork. Jessica was holding the baby, exhausted but happy. We need both parents to sign, the nurse said. Can we take it home and bring it back? I asked. Want to make sure all the info is perfect. Nurse frowned. Usually we do it before discharge, but you have 5 days to submit it. Perfect. We'll bring it back tomorrow. We were discharged at 3 p.m. I told Jessica I'd go get the car. Instead, I went to the hospital parking lot, found a FedEx drop box 2 blocks away, mailed the kit overnight. We didn't file the birth certificate. I kept making excuses. Let's wait until you're feeling better. Want to make sure the name is right. I'll drop it off this week. Week turned into 2 weeks. Jessica mentioned it once. Did you ever file the birth certificate? I'll handle it this week. Don't worry about it. She was too overwhelmed with the baby to push, and I kept delaying. By the time the test results came back, it still wasn't filed. No legal obligation, no paternity established, clean slate. Results came in 5 business days. I had them sent to my work address. December 27th, I opened the envelope in my office. Probability of paternity, 0.00%. Excluded. I wasn't the father. I stared at that paper for 20 minutes, let it sink in. Then I started planning. Jessica had already started planning a baby shower. Late, I know, usually you do it before the baby's born. But she'd been too stressed to plan it earlier, so her mom was throwing one now. More of a welcome baby party. January 5th, 1 week away. Those 1 week, I played the perfect boyfriend. Supportive, attentive, helpful. Jessica's mom asked me to help finalize the guest list. I made sure everyone important was confirmed. Both families, all her friends, all my friends, her coworkers, my coworkers. The bigger the audience, the better. She asked if I wanted to help pick decorations. Whatever you think is best, I said. She went with classic baby blue. Balloons, banners, table centerpieces with little teddy bears. Her mom had rented a venue, country club event space. Nice place, expensive. She was really going all out. Guest count 60 people confirmed. Maybe more with plus ones. Registry at Target and Amazon. Gifts rolling in daily. Jessica would squeal every time a package arrived. Look, someone got us the diaper genie. Us. Always us. Like I was going to be changing diapers. I smiled, nodded, helped her organize the nursery, and I planned. The thank you cards were my idea. We should have nice ones printed, I told Jessica. Something people can keep. That's sweet, she said. But I'm so overwhelmed. Can you handle it? Of course. Perfect. I told Jessica I'd take care of printing the thank you cards for the shower. She was grateful, said she was too overwhelmed with breastfeeding and sleep deprivation. I designed the cards myself. Simple, elegant. Front said, "Thank you for celebrating with us." Inside was blank. I told her we'd handwrite personal notes after the party. But I printed an extra batch, different inside text. The morning of January 5th, Jessica was excited. Hair done, makeup perfect, new dress that probably cost $300. She looked happy. I felt nothing. We got to the venue, a country club event space Jessica's mom had booked, decorated with blue balloons, "It's a boy" banners, photos of the baby everywhere. People arrived, gifts piled up, everyone cooing over the baby. Jessica's mom making speeches about becoming a grandmother. My mom holding the baby, crying with joy. I watched it all, waiting. The party had a schedule. Noon, arrival and mingling. 1 p.m. lunch, 2 p.m. games, 3 p.m. gift opening, 4 p.m. cake and departure. At 2:45 p.m. during the games I excused myself, went to my car, got the envelope, the paternity test results and the stack of special thank you cards I'd printed. Came back inside. At 3 p.m., Jessica's mom announced gift opening. Jessica sat in the designated chair, baby in a bassinet next to her. Everyone gathered around. She opened gifts, blankets, clothes, toys, books, standard baby shower stuff. Everyone clapping, taking photos. I waited until she was almost done. Then I stood up. "Before we finish," I said, "I have something." Jessica looked at me, smiled. "Aw, babe, you didn't have to get me anything else." "I didn't. This is just something we need to share with everyone." Her smile faltered. "What?" I pulled out the envelope. When the baby was born, I did what any responsible father would do. I made sure all the medical documentation was complete and accurate. Her face went white. "So I had a paternity test done." The room went silent. Jessica stood up. "What are you talking about?" "I'm talking about this." I pulled out the results, held them up. DNA paternity test. Lab received December 18th. Results received December 27th. "You did a paternity test without telling me?" "I did. Want to know what it says?" "This is insane. You're embarrassing me in front of everyone." "I'm embarrassing you? That's interesting." I looked around the room. Everyone here came to celebrate the birth of our son. My son, except there's a problem. I held up the paper. "He's not my son." Gasps, literal gasps from the crowd. Jessica's face went from white to red. "That's not true. You're lying." "Am I?" I walked over to her, handed her the paper. "See for yourself. Probability of paternity, 0.00%, excluded. Not the father." She stared at it, hands shaking. Her mom rushed over. "What is this? What's going on? Your daughter cheated on me, got pregnant with someone else's baby, and has been letting me think it's mine for 7 months. Jessica started crying. This isn't real. These tests can be wrong." "They can be, with a 0.01% margin of error. This one says 0.00% chance. That's not wrong. That's definitive." My mom stood up, looked at Jessica, looked at me. "Is this true?" "According to the lab, yes. I am not the biological father of this child." Jessica's friends started whispering, taking out phones. This was going to be on social media within minutes. "How did you even get the test done?" Jessica demanded. "Legally. Swabbed the baby's pacifier, swabbed my own cheek, sent it to a lab. They did their thing." "You can't do that without my permission." Actually, I can. Fathers have the right to determine paternity. No mother's permission required. It's completely legal. Her dad stood up. Who's the father? Jessica looked at the floor. Would it be Trent? I asked. Your ex-client? The influencer guy you were spending all those late nights with? She closed her eyes, didn't deny it. I'll take that as a yes. The room erupted, people talking over each other, Jessica's mom crying, my mom demanding answers, friends filming on their phones. I pulled out the stack of cards, the special thank you cards. I took the liberty of preparing these for everyone. I started handing them out. Since you all came here to celebrate, people opened them, read them. Inside, I'd printed, "Thank you for coming to celebrate what we thought was a joyous occasion. Unfortunately, DNA testing has revealed that this child is not mine. Jessica has been unfaithful. The father is another man. I will not be financially or emotionally responsible for this child. All gifts intended for me should be returned. I apologize for the deception, though it was not mine." Followed by a copy of the paternity test results. Smaller print, but legible. People stared at the cards, looked at Jessica, looked at me. "You're a fucking psychopath," Jessica spat. "I'm a guy who got cheated on and decided not to raise another man's kid. If that makes me a psychopath, so be it." I turned to my mom. "We're leaving." She nodded, put the baby back in the bassinet, walked over to me. I looked at Jessica one more time. "For the record, when you said if you demand a paternity test, it means you're toxic and I'm leaving, you were right. I am toxic. To liars and cheaters." Then I walked out. My mom followed. So did my dad, so did my brother, my friends. Half the room emptied behind me. Jessica was left standing there, crying, holding the baby, surrounded by her family and friends who now knew the truth. Outside, my mom hugged me. "I'm so sorry." "Don't be. I'm glad I found out." "What are you gonna do?" "Legally? Nothing. He's not my kid. I'm not on the birth certificate. I refused to sign it until I got the paperwork sorted, which I kept delaying. No legal obligations. And financially, I paid for nothing. She wanted to keep her independence, so everything baby-related is in her name. Apartment lease is mine. She's not on it. She'll have to find a new place." You really thought this through. When someone tells you they'll leave you if you ask for proof, you better believe I thought it through. The next week was chaos. Jessica tried calling. I blocked her. She tried texting. Blocked. She tried emailing. Spam folder. Her mom tried calling. "You humiliated her. You're a monster." She cheated on me and tried to pass off another man's baby as mine. But I'm the monster? You did this in public, in front of everyone. She lied to me in private for 7 months. I figured public truth was fair. Her dad tried a different approach. "Look, I get it. You're angry, but this affects the baby. He's innocent." "You're right. He is innocent, and his father should step up and take care of him. That father is Trent, not me. Trent doesn't know. Then Jessica should tell him. Not my problem." Her friends tried the social media route, posted about me, called me every name in the book. Toxic, abusive, cruel, manipulative. One of her friends, Melissa, posted a thread on Twitter. "Men who demand paternity tests are insecure and controlling. If you loved her, you'd trust her." This man humiliated my friend at her baby shower because he's a narcissist who can't handle not being the center of attention. Got 50K likes, comments agreeing. Men are trash. This is why women don't trust men. Paternity tests should require consent from both parents. Another friend posted on Instagram, "My girl Jessica is going through hell because her toxic ex couldn't accept that she's a strong, independent woman. He ambushed her at a party to publicly shame her." This is abuse. That one got shared to Facebook, then TikTok. Someone made a video. Storytime, man ruins baby shower with fake paternity test. For about 48 hours, I was internet enemy number 1. Then my friends started posting screenshots of Jessica's texts with Trent from her laptop that I'd found. "Can't wait to see you tonight. Last night was amazing. I think about you constantly." Timeline showing I was in Chicago when she likely got pregnant. Photos of Trent and Jessica at his events, standing way too close, his hand on her lower back, her looking at him the way she used to look at me. And the paternity test. Full resolution. Lab name visible, date visible, results clear. Within 24 hours the narrative flipped. Oh shit, he actually had proof. Wait, she really cheated? If the test is real, he had every right. She literally tried to baby trap him. Melissa deleted her thread. Too late. Screenshots exist forever. Instagram friend deleted her post. Changed her bio to private. The TikTok video got flooded with comments. Update your story. He was telling the truth. This aged like milk. Delete this, sis. They deleted it, but people had downloaded it, reposted it everywhere, with corrections. Jessica's reputation was destroyed. And unlike her trying to destroy mine, this destruction was based on actual facts. I didn't respond, didn't defend myself, let them scream into the void. My friends had my back. Posted the paternity test results. Posted screenshots of Jessica's texts with Trent that I'd found. Posted timeline evidence, destroyed her narrative. Within 2 days, public opinion shifted. People who'd called me toxic were now calling her a cheater. People who'd called me cruel were now calling her manipulative. The truth always wins. Eventually, Jessica moved out of my apartment by January 10th. Took the baby, went to live with her parents. I changed the locks, cleaned the place, threw out everything baby-related. Crib, changing table, clothes, toys, all of it. Donated some, trashed the rest. By January 15th, my apartment looked like a baby had never been there. Because, legally speaking, one never had. I saw on social media that Jessica reached out to Trent. He didn't respond. Then she tagged him in a post with the baby. Meet your son. He deleted his social media accounts within 24 hours. Guess the entrepreneur mindset doesn't include taking responsibility. Jessica tried one more time. Showed up at my apartment. I didn't answer. She left a note. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. Can we talk? I threw it away. There's no coming back from this. She didn't make a mistake. She made choices. Choices to cheat. Choices to lie. Choices to manipulate me into accepting a child that wasn't mine. And when I asked for proof, she called me toxic. That's not a mistake. That's a character flaw. February came. I heard through mutual friends that Jessica was struggling. Single mom. No job. She'd been working part-time remotely and got fired for performance issues, probably because she was busy with the baby. Living with her parents, trying to get Trent to acknowledge the baby. He was ignoring her. Did I feel bad? No. Did I think about the baby? Sometimes. But he wasn't my responsibility. His father should step up. If Trent won't, that's between him and Jessica. I'm not a villain for refusing to raise another man's child. I'm not cruel for exposing the truth. I'm not toxic for wanting proof when something didn't add up. I'm just a guy who trusted his gut when his girlfriend said, if you ask for proof, you're toxic. If something feels off, it probably is. If someone threatens to leave you for asking questions, they're hiding something. If someone weaponizes therapy language to shut you down, they're manipulating you. Trust isn't blind. Trust is earned. And when trust is broken, proof isn't toxic. Proof is necessary. That's my story. Girl cheated, got pregnant, tried to trap me with another man's baby, called me toxic for wanting proof. I got proof secretly. Exposed her at the baby shower, left her to deal with the consequences. Some people think I went too far, should have told her privately, should have handled it better. To those people I say, she had 7 months to tell me the truth. She had multiple opportunities when I asked about paternity testing. She chose to lie every time. She chose to double down. She chose to call me toxic for protecting myself. I just chose when and where to reveal what I'd learned. And I chose a venue where everyone who'd been lied to could learn the truth at the same time. Fair? Maybe not. Satisfying? Absolutely. Would I do it again? In a heartbeat. January now. I'm dating again, taking it slow, not rushing into anything. Learned my lesson about ignoring red flags. And if anyone ever tells me asking for proof means you're toxic, I'm walking away. Immediately. Because that sentence is proof enough. Proof that they're hiding something. Proof that they think I'm stupid enough to fall for manipulation. Proof that they're not worth my time. Jessica can raise Trent's baby. Trent can keep ignoring his responsibilities. Her friends can keep posting about how terrible I am. I'll be over here. Living my life, free from lies, free from manipulation, free from raising someone else's kid, and sleeping just fine at night.